Shalom, MISHPACHA. Welcome back, YouTube family. We're here for another reading of the Word in Yovheliym. But before I begin, I do want to give the Most High the highest praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah for waking me on this day. And I begin. Yovheliym 39. And Yaakov dwelt in the land of his fathers, sojourning in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Yaakov. And Yoseph was 17 years old when they took him down into the land of Mizraim. And Potiphar, an eunuch of Pharaoh, the chief cook, bought him. And he set Joseph over all his house, and the blessing of Yahuwah came upon the house of the Misri on account of Joseph, and Yahuwah prospered him and all that he did. And the Misri committed everything into the hands of Joseph, for he saw that Yahuwah was with him, and that Yahuwah prospered him and all that he did. And Joseph's appearance was comely, and very beautiful was his appearance, and his Adonai's woman lifted up her eyes and saw Joseph, and she loved him, and besought him to lie with her. But he did not surrender his soul, and he remembered Yahuwah, and the words which Yaakov his father used to read from amongst the words of AVRAHAM, that no man should commit fornication with a woman who has a man, that for him the punishment of death has been ordained in the heavens before El Elyon, and the sin will be recorded against him in the eternal Sephrim continually before Yahuwah. And Joseph remembered these words and refused to lie with her. And she besought him for a year, but he refused and would not listen. But she embraced him and held him fast in the house in order to force him to lie with her, and closed the doors of the house and held him fast. But he left his garment in her hands and broke through the door and fled without from her presence. And the woman saw that he would not lie with her, and she bore false witness of him in the presence of his Adonai, saying, Your ivory servant whom you love sought to force me so that he might lie with me. And it came to pass when I lifted up my voice that he fled and left his garment in my hands. When I held him, he broke through the door. And the Misri saw the garment of Joseph and the broken door, and heard the words of his woman, and cast Joseph into prison, into the place where the prisoners were kept, whom the king imprisoned. And he was there in the prison, and Yahuwah gave Joseph favor in the sight of the chief of the prison guards, and compassion before him, for he saw that Yahuwah was with him, and that Yahuwah made all that he did to prosper. And he committed all things into his hands, and the chief of the prison guards knew of nothing that was with him, for Joseph did everything, and Yahuwah perfected it. And he remained there 2 years, and in those days Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, was wroth against his 2 eunuchs, against the chief butler and against the chief baker. And he put them in ward in the house of the chief cook, in the prison where Joseph was kept. And the chief of the prison guards appointed Joseph to serve them, and he served before them. And they both dreamed a dream, the chief butler and the chief baker, and they told it to Joseph. As he interpreted them to them, so it befell them. And Pharaoh restored the chief butler to his office, and the chief baker he slew as Joseph had interpreted to them. But the chief butler forgot Joseph in the prison, although he had informed him that he would befall him, and did not remember to inform Pharaoh how Joseph had told him, for he forgot. Yoseph remembered the words that his father read to him of Abraham, that no man should commit, no man should commit fornication with a woman who has a man, that for him the punishment of death has been ordained in the heavens before El Elyon, and the sin will be recorded against him in the eternal Sephrim continually before Yahuwah. The chief butler and the chief baker had their dreams interpreted by Yoseph. The chief baker was in the words of the modern, killed by Pharaoh. But the chief butler was restored to his office. But the chief butler forgot Yoseph and how he told Yoseph he would remember him. May you hide Yah's word in your heart so as not to sin against him. Because he actually commands us to keep his commandments, his Torah, and his law. Shalom, MISHPACHA. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day Yahuwah has made. And I will again rejoice by saying hallelujah, which is the highest praise, unto my Elohim, Yahuwah Alua. And if the reading of the word sits well with you, please at least subscribe so you don't miss another reading. And if it is placed on your heart to like, make a comment, because I will respond. And if you feel led to share, please share. And again, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day Yahuwah has made. Shalom.